Welcome, everyone, to the 2022 Service Unit Fall Product Program Manager Training. We are so happy to have you with us this season. Fall Product is typically a great kickoff to the new Girl Scout year, right? So I'm here today with other members of the product program team. We have CJ, Sherry, Val, and of course, as always, the support of Susan and Carl. This morning, I would like to introduce you to our vendor. We are always happy to have him in the room, Aaron Parker from M2. Aaron, take it away.
Great. Thank you, Angela. Great to be with you all this morning. Thank you so much for your time. For those of you that are new, serving this role for the first time, welcome aboard. We're glad you're on the team. Thanks for making that 5-year commitment. No, it is so much fun. You just keep coming back year after year. And for those that have been here for 2, maybe 3, maybe 10 or 20 years, welcome back. We're glad you're here. And again, thank you so much for being part of training today. Just a kind of quick overview. My name, again, is Aaron Parker. I've been working with Girl Scouts for about 22 years now. I'm based out of Chicago, so hometown right here. I'm married for 27 years and got 5 kiddos that keep me really busy. So thankful to be here, and let's go ahead and get started. So one of the things we love to do each year is to remind ourselves, why are we here? Why are we part of this program? What's the driving force? And of course, that's the girl experience. What we can tell you is through this program, I know many of you have had firsthand experiences with hearing stories from girls about how they've engaged with the program, but it's a great learning experience for girls overall. And so we're really excited about that. We know that troops earn funds to do amazing things through this program. They have activities, they have adventures that they're ready to get going on. And so they use this program as a way to enable that. We also know that troops engage in the community in a variety of different ways. They give back, whether it be through service projects or directly financially supporting different ways throughout the community. So we know they're active, and it also helps to support all the great programs that are available throughout the council. Of course, we also know that it directly impacts the girls in a variety of different ways as well, through the 5 skills they acquire through the program. One of those is through goal setting. We know that girls are setting goals, not only individually, but as a troop as well. And that's one of the key features of product program in general, but also in the fall product program. You'll see when we go through the software a little bit later on, that there's a number of different tools that enable girls to be able to set those goals throughout the program. It's also about money management. Girls are learning ways to engage financially and to learn financial literacy. It's about people skills. They're engaging friends and family in a variety of different ways and developing those skills as well. It's about decision making, them at the troop level, deciding what are we going to do this year? What do we hope to accomplish? And so working that through as a troop to figure out which activities are on the horizon, and then undergirding it all is business ethics and the ways in which they approach business. Of course, there's a variety of different girl programs, camp activities, and giving associated with the program overall. So one of the big things we ask, though, and again, to varying degrees, you may have engagement with girls. You may have a Girl Scout in the family. You may also serve with a troop hat on as well. But at the end of the day, it's about engaging that girl within the troop and in each of the girls for them to determine what they want to do over the course of the year. And so it's really a question of what's her why. Why is she participating in the fall product program? The important thing there is that understanding as you talk with your troops, encouraging them at the beginning of the year to sit down as a troop and really brainstorm, giving each of the girls an opportunity to engage, share their ideas. And then as the girls overall decide what they want to accomplish in the program throughout the year with the program year, then they kind of go, okay, what are we financially going to need to do to be able to accomplish all those things? And that's where the fall product program and the cookie program come into tandem there to enable them to be able to do that variety of activities there. One of the things, though, we like to do every year to really freshen up the program is we introduce a new theme and a new mascot. And so we love to give you a preview of that as service units. And this year's theme is Go Bright Ahead. And that's going to be carried through not only in the fall, but also during the cookie program as well. So it's going to be a complete product program theme throughout this upcoming 22-23 season. This year's theme mascot for this fall is the Hawaiian monk seal. It hails from the Hawaiian Islands in the Johnson Atoll, which is just right near the Hawaiian Islands. These seals are about 7 feet in length, about 600 pounds, and they live for about 30 years. Some other interesting facts about them is they can actually stay underwater 19 and a half minutes longer than I can. So almost 20 minutes, which is incredible. And then they can dive up to 1,800 feet. I know when I get to about 9 feet in the pool, my ears start to hurt. I can only imagine down to 1,800 feet. That's just incredible. So they're great divers as well. One of the things we do each year with selecting a theme mascot is we focus on animals that are endangered or critically endangered. And specifically, the Hawaiian monk seal is on the critically endangered list due to hunting, accidental capture and fishing gear, and then habitat destruction. So we believe if you put this in front of a couple hundred, 3, 4, 500,000 Girl Scouts that participate each year in the program, it'll get their attention. There will be a number of them, even if we just get a couple that say, hey, this is important and we're going to focus on it. We know that they can change the world. And we also want to inspire girls just overall as they look at ways that they can engage, hoping to spark some interest in this specific area. So really excited about the theme as well as the theme mascot for this upcoming year. We also know that troop proceeds are a big driver of that. And so once the troop sits down, determines what they're going to do over the course of the year, they got to figure out the finances of the program. And so as part of this, troops earn 15% of their total sales in troop proceeds. Now, certainly there is an older girl option as well, and that's available to Girl Scout juniors, cadets, seniors, and ambassador level troops. That's if the entire troop decides to take this option. They can earn 18% in total troop proceeds. They also receive all the patches, but they forgo the reward items like the plushes and other items. So again, if they choose the 18% for these older girl troops, they receive the patches, but they forgo the other reward items. All right, with that said, I'm going to turn it over to the team, and they're going to walk through kind of the service unit incentive and some other options.
Absolutely. Thanks, Aaron. Even though we're speaking about the fall product program, there's some great things to know about the service unit incentive and how the cookie program can, as well as the fall product program, can help service units obtain some additional funds. For example, if a service unit achieves 100% of their 2023 cookie goal, they will receive 12 cents per cookie case sold. Now, if a service unit achieves at least 105% of their 2023 cookie goal, they will receive 25 cents per cookie case sold. Now, as it relates to the fall product program, if a service unit achieves 100% of their 2022 fall product program goal and 105% of their 2023 cookie goal, they will receive 35 cents per cookie case sold. Hopefully by now, all service units have received a copy of their service unit fall product goal for this year. If you still need a copy, please reach out to the product program team. We'll provide our contact information at the end of today's session. And from right now, I'm going to switch it over to my teammate, Sherry, who's going to speak with you about the ACH, the Automated Clearinghouse. Sherry?
Thanks, Angela, and good morning, everybody. So first of all, Automated Clearinghouse, short ACH, is how the council collects the funds from the troops for the product that is sold in person. So anything that is sold online, of course, is paid for online, but the money that we're talking about taking in the ACH sweep would be monies that the troop collects from girls' in-person orders. First of all, a form giving us the banking information for each troop needs to be submitted by September 30th. One form every year, because we know banking information and signers change frequently on troop accounts, and you only have to submit it one time this year, and it's good for both fall product and the cookie program. If we get down to the sweep date, which as you'll notice on the bottom of your screen is October 29th, that's when we sweep 100% of the amount that's due to the council. If we get to that date and for whatever reason your troop does not have the amount that's due And by the way, M2 will tell you how much that sweep will be. If you don't have it, you can submit what's called an ACH adjustment request, and that is also available on our website in the same place where you would find the ACH form, and it will delay your sweep for about 2 weeks. If you have a girl who has not turned in her money, then an individual collection form should also be submitted at the same time. In that way, we know not to sweep whatever amount the girl owes you from your account, and then we will pursue the girl from that, or parent, I should say. I don't want to sound like we're pursuing girls, but we will pursue the parents for the outstanding debt at that point, and the troop is no longer responsible. So then once we get past the October 28th date, we start going into collections, and all accounts have to be paid by early to mid-December. We do send parents and troop leaders to collections if for any outstanding debt there may be. So I just want to make you aware and make your troops aware that we do have a collection process in place for recouping girl funds. One other thing I'd like to mention while we're on this screen is there's been a lot of troops, and I think some service unit people as well, at the cookie level. And so this bleeds down into the fall product level as well, who don't really understand the proceeds that their troops are getting. The M2 system will tell you how much proceeds each troop is supposed to have. So the leader just needs to go in there and run a report, and Aaron will talk about these reports later on in the presentation to find out what their proceeds are. We do not just send checks to troops for their proceeds. We send checks to troops who we owe money to. So basically, if they did all of their online sales online, then we would owe them their proceeds. If they did everything in person and nothing online, then we would be sweeping our amount due out of the troop's account, and the troop proceeds would stay in the troop bank account. We wouldn't touch that. If there's a combination of both, then the M2 system will calculate whether the troop owes us in an ACH sweep or whether we owe the troop a check for the remainder of their proceeds. Somehow everybody is thinking that they need a check for their proceeds, and they're not understanding how the money works. If you have further questions or need further assistance with any of your leaders, please give me a call, and I'd be happy to explain the process to them as well, so that everybody understands how the money goes in and out and where it comes from.
Great. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Angela. All right. So now, once the girls have kind of set their goal, determined what their plan is going forward, then some of the products that are going to help to enable that are featured here off to the right-hand side. We've got nuts and chocolates. We've got magazines, and we've got personalized products. Those are kind of some of the different products that are available, and personalized products are new for this year, and we'll highlight each of those in just a moment. Of course, there is the nut order card, which is the in-person sales, which we'll focus on in just a moment. But first, we want to hit on the online options. Basically, the magazines, nuts and chocolates, and the personalized products, which we'll talk about in just a little bit, are available all online, and friends and family are able to support her through an online purchase, and then it all directly tracks back to that individual Girl Scout. Just to call out here too, specifically with nuts as well, there's two different options available. One is they can save on shipping costs and pay online for the nut items, and then that Girl Scout will deliver the product to that friend or family once it becomes available. And then the other option is a direct ship, where essentially you can't wait for those nut chocolate items any longer. You're going to order those items online, and then you're going to pay for shipping and have those items directly shipped to you from Ashton Farms. So there's a couple different options there with nuts. The thing to point out here too is when that Girl Scout is selecting friends and family to send a communication to, such as an email, she can opt in the online Girl Delivered or not by email address, because we know not all friends and family live close by. And while it's nice to visit California, you don't necessarily want to have to drive or ship product out there. So by email address, you'll be able to select which friends and family receive that option to get online Girl Delivered. Otherwise, they always get the option to pay for shipping and have that product shipped there, because we can get that product to them directly. All right, so that nut order card, which we mentioned just a moment ago, it's featured off to the left-hand side here. There are 16 different items featured on the nut order card. And as we look back this past season, here are some of your top items that girls sold as part of the program. Number one being the English butter toffee. Number two, the pecan clusters. Number three is the peanut butter bears. Number 4 is the chocolate covered almonds. And then number 5 is the fruit slices. So bottom line, it's a chocolate world out there. So 4 of the top 5 items are chocolate, and really great, amazing items. So that's the lineup from this past season, and we'll see what's in store for fall 2022. In terms of the tins, there's 2 different tins that are part of the lineup this year from Ashland Farms. The first one featured to the top is the Girl Scout Memory Box tin. It is a tin. It does look wooden. It's got grain on it to make it look like a memory box. And across the top where it says Girl Scout Memories, it's actually indented a little bit there. And then it makes it look like it's actually burned and etched with in the wood there, just to make it look like more of a traditional memory box. In addition, it's got different badges, patches on it, and different Girl Scout memorabilia. Inside of it, it's got the mint chocolate treasures, which are individually wrapped, so they're a good goodie in there. And then one of the other things to mention is that this is the first of 3 Girl Scout memory tins. So we'll have 3 different memory boxes over the next 2 years beyond this year. And what's neat about these as well is there's a ridge around the top and then a little bit of extra length on the bottom. And you can actually set these memory boxes on top of one another. They nestle into each other really nicely. So you'll be able to include your Girl Scout memorabilia in there through each of the years and then nestle those together as well. In addition, featured towards the bottom is the Chickadee on a Mitten tin. This is our holiday tin for this upcoming season. It's got the deluxe pecan clusters inside of it. It's great for kind of Christmas holiday time frame, great teacher gift, just a wonderful premium item to be able to provide to those that you'd like to give during that time of year. So 2 great, amazing tins that are available not only on the order card, but they're also available with online girl delivered and also direct ship if somebody wants to get those shipped directly. There's also, once again, the opportunity to give back to the local community through the purchase of a nut item. And so on the nut order card, the very last column, as well as online, there's the option to make that donation or purchase. Friends and family may purchase some things for themselves and then some for others, or they just purchase some things for others. So the way they do that is on the order card or online. The products are distributed by council to different local organizations. And so that's something they take care of. So the troop and girls don't have to deal with that at all. Of course, the troops earn proceeds on all of those different donations, as well as the girls receive credit towards all the rewards. And there's a special Care to Share patch featured off to the left-hand side there that's in a pineapple shape and a nod to Hawaii. And girls can earn that as part of receiving so many donations as well. And we'll cover the details of those in just a little bit when we look at the back of the nut order card with the different rewards. In addition to nut items, there's also magazines. There's many of the top selling magazines featured as part of the lineup. It's really easy to renew these magazines. One of the features that's part of the software is for those girls, especially that are returning this year, they can log in. They'll actually see all the friends and family that made a purchase last year of nuts and magazines. They can just select those friends and family to resend an email again to this year. And then when that friend or family receives that invitation from the Girl Scout, it'll actually indicate the magazines that they purchased last year and ask them if they want to renew those magazines. And so we make it really easy for them to renew their magazines through their favorite Girl Scout, because I know I can barely remember what I ordered a month ago, let alone a year ago. So this is a great opportunity to be able to enable that for them to support. In addition, there's no shipping costs associated with magazines. So great option all around for friends and family. New this year, so we have a lineup of personalized products that are available only online as part of the program this year. Your council is one of 10 pilot councils authorized by GSUSA for this upcoming season to participate in this pilot program. There's 42 different personalized products as part of the lineup. Essentially, that's a way to put friends and family, your name on different tablets, memo pads, on picture frames. There's a variety of different frames there that can be personalized. All these different items can be personalized in a variety of different ways. It's really cool. You'll really enjoy it. And they're great gifts as well. We know that around this time of year, especially in the fall, you're thinking ahead to kind of the Christmas, the holiday time frame. And so these are some great gift ideas. What I can tell you is that the items arrive within 2 weeks of order. So they're really fast to arrive. And again, they make for great gift items. Troops receive proceeds on all these items, just like they do with nuts and magazines. And they also earn credit towards rewards as well. So they'll earn it towards total rewards, as well as they'll earn it as credit, just like with magazines, towards the patches and all that. All right, so how to get started as part of the program. Now we've kind of covered the different products that are available as part of the lineup. Let's talk about how that Girl Scout gets started as part of the program. What we're going to do is we're going to walk through the girl level experience first, then we'll walk through the troop level experience, and then we'll walk through your experience as super users at the service unit level. Some of you may have Girl Scouts in your family. Some of you may have troops. Some of you may not. Maybe your Girl Scouts are graduates, which is great. And so you may not necessarily have the ability to see directly what the girls' experience is going to look like. So what I'm going to do is take you through an overview of what that experience is like, just so you're familiar with it. In order to participate on kind of Go Day, the first day of the program, there's a couple different ways to participate. One is with that order card featured up to the top there. That Girl Scout has a nut order card. She's good to go at the start of the program, and she can take orders on that card. In addition, she can participate digitally. There's a variety of different ways to get access to the software. One of those is through the flyer that's included in the materials that you're going to have received. You're going to get these net order cards and also the M2 flyer. There's a unique link to your council website where you're able to participate with the M2OS software. That's a software for use with the fall program. So you can access it through this flyer. It'll also be a link on the council website, so you'll be able to access it there as a Girl Scout family. In addition, there's an invitation that we'll talk about a little bit later on that troop volunteer leader can send to the Girl Scout families as well. So a variety of different ways to get access to the online software. And it's also on the back of the nut order card as well. So a lot of different spots for that Girl Scout family to find it. What we're going to walk through first, though, is the online software. And so this, again, is the girls' experience. One of the first things you'll notice is, wow, for those that have participated in the past, things look a lot different. Well, what I can tell you is for those that are familiar with the site, all the functionality is the same and similar as in the past. So that functionality that you've come to enjoy is all there, whether it be at the girl family level, troop level, or the service unit level, all that functionality is there. It's just a new look and feel. One of the things that's happened with GSUSA over the last couple of years is they've rebranded their site as well as their materials and program. And so we wanted to make sure that the fall product program and the M2OS site was consistent in look and feel with the GSUSA branding. So we've made similar coloration as well as font styles and all that. So different look and feel, same functionality. Once that program begins on Go Date, that Girl Scout family is going to click on the link they received from the troop volunteer. Maybe they're going to get to it through the flyer, council website, back to the nut order card. However they get there, it's going to look like this image just up on the left-hand corner. If they're returning, they can use the same email address as last year. If they're brand new, they create an account. They can use their preferred email address. What it's going to ask them then for is their name, of course, and then their troop number. And so we know that can get a little tricky sometimes. So give them a heads up. They're going to need their troop number. Once they include their name and troop number, what it'll do is software will go about matching them with their membership registration. Now, of course, if for some reason the system doesn't have their registration yet, no problem. They can still go through, queue up the emails, they can build their avatar, all that good stuff. But what will happen is it'll be held until council verifies their registration the following day. So just a heads up on that piece. Certainly if their membership is found, it'll match them up and they'll be good to go and their emails will be sent out. If for some reason, though, the registration is not found in the system, council will work behind the scenes to match that up. Once it's matched up and they're registered, the system will send a notification to that Girl Scout family at their preferred email address saying, hey, your membership registration has been verified. All of your emails have gone out to family and friends. And so that's kind of behind the scenes how the system will work. Regardless of whether they're registered or not, though, or if it needs to be verified, they're going to go about the process of setting their goals. They're going to set their financial goal. They're going to talk about their goals as an individual girl, as a troop as well, because those goals are going to be carried forward into that storefront that friends and family see. And as they are shopping there, they're going to see those goals front and center in terms of what that Girl Scout hopes to accomplish through the program. She's also going to spend a lot of time building her avatar, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And then last but not least, if she wants to include a Girl Scout video, she's able to do that, talking about her goals. Maybe the troop built a video, and they're all going to include that same video as part of the program. However they want to do that, we know that these tools all help with friends and family to feel more connected to that Girl Scout in a way that helps them to support them to even higher levels. That avatar, wow, this is the time-consuming part. It takes anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. There are so many different shoe styles, hairstyles, different outfits. It's just craziness. Over 300 3 billion different combination possibilities. So it's just time consuming and it's fun. And once you have fun today, you can come back tomorrow and make some updates with different shoe styles or different hair outfits. So lots of different combination possibilities there. So that Girl Scout's going to build her avatar, as well as she can record a voice message. If she wants to convey to friends and family what she's hoping to do or learn through the program, she can record this voice message. And then when friends and family receive an invitation to support her, it puts a little spotlight on that Girl Scouts avatar, and the mouth moves and shares this message with friends and family. What I can tell you is that when girls participate with the order card, they've got that engagement with friends and family directly. The most powerful is if they do the order card and online, because those girls reach really high levels. But this is that girl's way to engage with friends and family in a digital format. They're able to see their avatar, maybe hear a voice message, maybe see that video about what that Girl Scout hopes to do as part of the program. It helps to engage friends and family digitally so that they help that Girl Scout reach her goals to even higher levels. So definitely amazing tools. And we know that the more tools the girl uses, the more successful she'll be in reaching her financial goals. At the end of the day, there's lots of different tools in the software. Besides the net order card for those in-person sales, there's lots of different tools available online. And this is the spot where the family chooses to decide how they want to participate in the program. We know the biggest driver of online sales is emails. Over 58% of sales come through emails. So it's a big driver as part of the program. That Girl Scout participated last year. When she logs in, it'll actually list all the friends and family she sent to last year, and she can pick and choose who she wants to send to again this year. So big asset there in terms of tools that are available. In addition, there's the Share My Site spot. That's where social media is available with posting to Facebook or Twitter. In addition, texting is available. So if that Girl Scout wants to send a text to that parent or guardian, they can get that text and then they can send that off to their address book off their phone. So that's a tool that's available there as well under the Share My Site. There are business cards featured on the very bottom there where that Girl Scout can print these out of her dashboard. It has her avatar on it. It has the unique sites. As well as a unique code to that Girl Scout. So when friends and family enter that code and make a purchase, it directly tracks back to that individual Girl Scout. We know friends and family may not be ready to make a purchase at that moment when they're asked to make a purchase, so that Girl Scout can say, no problem, here's my card, check out things later and make a purchase to support me. And so that's another way they can utilize that specific tool. And then last but not least, we've got door hangers there down in the bottom right. We know that it's got QR codes on it. I wouldn't really know much about QR codes 3 years ago. Now I'm like super tech savvy. So QR codes that are unique to that Girl Scout. She prints these door hangers off her dashboard. It's got her avatar on it. This is for friends and family, neighbors that you know in the local neighborhood. And so maybe they're not available. You can leave the door hanger on there. They can scan with a QR code and enter in the information to make a purchase, and it tracks back the individual Girl Scout. So really cool tool there available as well. The important thing is these are all about options for Girl Scouts and their families. They can pick and choose how they want to participate as part of the program. So besides the different tools that are available, she's going to be back here at her girls dashboard. And so there's lots of different tools available here. She can send additional emails. She can use social media. She can do texting. One of the other favorite spots is that girls avatar room. So there's a space that's got her avatar in it. There's a number of different virtual rewards that Girl Scout can earn through sending emails, sales levels, different tools she utilizes. So those are available. But one of the favorite spots, and this spot's visited on average 4 times over the course of the program, is that troop photo. So it not only has her avatar there, it's got all the girls' avatars for the troop, and then it's also got the troop leader, troop volunteers avatars there as well. And what's interesting is we thought that the reason she visited is she wanted to see the other girls' avatars. And when we actually focus group the girls, they actually said there were 2 reasons they visited this spot. One is they wanted to see if their troop leader or volunteer knew how to do an avatar or not. So that's the first threshold. And then number 2 was whether they did it right or not, whether it actually looked like them or not. So when you're talking to your troops that are participating, make sure to give them a heads up that one of the important things for them to do is to build their troop leader volunteer avatar, because the girls are going to be on the lookout for it. And for them to not be surprised if at an upcoming troop meeting, the girls want to take some time to help that troop leader volunteer work on their avatar a little bit, maybe do some fun, different hairstyles, all that good stuff. So the girls get really engaged, and they especially like it when those adult leaders get engaged as well around the avatar. So just to give them a heads up, if you would. In addition, the other time they're going to be using the software is towards the end of the program, where that Girl Scout and family are going to enter in the totals off the nut order card. So all online sales automatically go over into the M2OS system. So no worries there on any online sales. But the order card, we need to have those totals entered by item into the software. So basically, you total up all the columns and enter those totals into the software, and we'll make sure that that order gets placed with Ashland Farms and then shipped back to you at the service unit level and ultimately distributed to the troops and girls. In addition, that Girl Scout can use the software to select rewards. As she reaches different levels, there's choices at some of the levels. And so girls can use the software to make the selected item choice at each of those different levels. Last but not least, tons of different sales reports available to that Girl Scout and family. One of my favorites is the online Girl Delivered report. That shows all those friends and family that have ordered and paid online, but are expecting delivery of the product by that Girl Scout. It's all of their orders as well as their email address and phone number, because that Girl Scout family is going to need to reach out to them to arrange delivery. And so those contact details, as well as the totals for online Girl Delivery, are found under that specific report. All right, so there's a couple different patch earning opportunities with the avatars for this upcoming year. You can see featured down to the right-hand corner are the two different backgrounds that are options this year. We've got one with the scuba gear on the left, kind of in the middle there, and then on the far right, we've got the paddleboard option as well. So two different aquatic themed backgrounds there. That Girl Scout can have her avatar maybe in her nautical gear. She can have her uniform if she chooses that, or just different outfits as well. So different choices there. In order to earn this, she needs to create her avatar, send 20 emails to the system. New this year, use the Share My Site functionality. And again, remember, that's where she either does Facebook, Twitter, or just simply sends a text to that parent or guardian's mobile device. However she chooses to do that, as long as she does one of those three things, it automatically qualifies her. What we know from this past season is over 10% of online sales came from texting. So texting is a big feature that's growing. So that's something we definitely want to encourage as part of the program. And then last but not least, if she reaches $325 in total sales. So through a combination of those different activities, she earns this fall personalized patch. What we know is when she logs in, it asks for a mailing address for that parent or guardian. And if she enters that in towards the beginning, as soon as she earns this patch, we automatically send it off to the patch company, get that created, and then mailed off to her. So it's something that she can actually earn this pretty early on into the program, and we'll get that queued up so that she gets that as soon as possible. In addition to the fall personalized patch, there's also a cookie crossover patch as well. It's featured there on the right-hand side. It lines up really well with the fall product patch as well. You can see the skyline does, the sand, the water. It's more of a night scene. It has the Fall and Cookies 22-23. It'll have your council's initial name on it. In the background, it'll have the cookie mascot as well. And then what you can see is it'll have her name on it, and it really nestles together really well. In order to qualify for that, she needs to create her avatar in the fall and send 20 emails. Needs to use that Share My Site function, as we talked about earlier. And then she needs to sell 165 packages of cookies during the 2023 Girl Scout Cookie Program. And then in the fall, she needs to sell 25 items. And that can be a combination of nuts, magazines, and personalized products. So once she reaches that and the cookie program is complete, we'll go ahead and get that created and sent off to her. In terms of rewards, those are all featured on the back of the nut order card. You can see up to the left-hand corner, we've got 3 patches that gently interlock, but are nice independently as well. So we've got the 2022 patch for sending 20 emails. We've got the swimming seal patch toward the bottom, and that's for 3 magazines and personalized products. And we also have in the upper right-hand corner, the Go Bright Ahead, and that's for 15 nut candy items. And so she can earn those different patch features. And then in addition, she earns rewards for combined items or total items. So based off from the number of nuts, magazines, and personalized products she sells through in-person and online, it totals it up. So if she reaches, let's say, for example, let's pick 75 total or combined items, she gets her choice of the large seal plush or the LED light up strip. So 2 different options there. Again, she makes that choice within the software. The important thing too is as she reaches a level, she gets her choice at that level. She reaches the next level, she also earns that reward as well. All rewards are cumulative. And so as she reaches that level, she either gets the item or gets to make a choice at that specific level as well. So lots of great reward items, all featured on the back of the nut order card. In addition, some of those levels have Nutty Bucks. So Nutty Bucks are where you can basically use that at the council shop at shop Girl Scouts GCNWI.org. And essentially what she does is after she receives that Nutty Bucks card, she can enter the number off that card into the notes section of the order and be able to apply that towards whatever shop order that she has. And so that's a feature that's available as part of the program as well. If she earns that, that's how you go about applying that specific reward that's been earned. All right, so that's a girl level experience. Now we're going to take a few minutes to walk you through the troop level and then the service unit experience. We're not going to spend a lot of time in the troop level because there's a training video that does a lot more detail of that once the troop actually gets to the software. But we want to give you just an overview of what that experience will look like. So on September 16th, troops will receive an invitation to access the software. It'll look like that featured off to the left-hand side there. They'll be able to use their email address there. And if they used a different one from last year, they're able to use that as well. They'll set up a password and kind of create that, and then they'll be good to go. There's a troop training video that's about 10 minutes in length that they'll watch because we're all about just-in-time training. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to go into detail about the software a couple of weeks ahead of time, and then by the time they get into the software, they'll have forgotten. Let's do it right away, 10-minute training, and then dive into the software. And so it'll take them through all the different nuances of the software as they get ready to utilize that to help support the girls in their troop. One of the things we ask them to do is queue up the parent-adult email campaign. What that is an invitation from the troop to those Girl Scout families. It used to be called the Parent Guardian Email Blast. Last year, GSUSA rebranded it to Parent Adult Email Campaign. So that's new in terms of naming, but the same concept. We're inviting by the troops, the families, girls of the Girl Scouts to participate. Last but not least, that volunteer is going to build their avatar because, again, the girls are going to be on the lookout for that. So make sure to give your troops a heads up. They've watched the troop training video, and then they're going to queue up these parent-adult email campaigns. And what they're going to see here is all of the registered Girl Scouts within their troop are going to show up there, their first and last name and email address. We ask the troop leader, volunteer to go in, and if they're, for some reason, the email address is not the one they use for their Girl Scout stuff, update it, because we want to make sure this invitation gets to them. If there's some girls missing, no problem. Add them in there, first and last name and their email address from the troop. Now, of course, they'll get the invitation on the first day of the program. If they're not registered for some reason, behind the scenes, council will work with them to get them registered or match up their registration. We want to make sure that all the girls in your troop get the invitation to participate, because here's the power of this. On the first day of the program, we know that if the troop queues these up in advance and they go out on the first day of the program, there's a 75% open rate on these, really high open rate, because the families go, wow, it's an email from the troop. We got to make sure to open this. We're participating in the program. Let's go. Otherwise, if they don't do this, there's just a generic email that comes out from M2 that isn't as opened as much. It's only about 25% open rate that just introduces them to the program. So we want to make sure that the troops are sending these out, queuing them up ahead of time as soon as they get in the software so they go out on the first day of the program. And there's a financial incentive to do that, which we'll talk about a little bit later on in order to do this specific email. But definitely it's a powerful way to encourage the girls to participate in the program and remind them. Otherwise, the troops back here at their dashboard, lots of different tools available to the troop. One of them is messaging. That troop volunteer can send messages to one or more Girl Scouts within the troop at the beginning, during the program to encourage them, and then towards the end to say thank you for participating. So lots of different ways to utilize this. In addition, that troop can edit or enter in nut order card orders. We know we asked that Girl Scout family to enter in the totals off the nut order card, but we know sometimes edits have to be made. So once that Girl Scout girl gets locked out of the software, troop level can make edits to that. And certainly if somebody forgets to enter them, let's say the parent forgets to enter in that order, the troop can enter in that order off the order card as well. And so that's an ability that they have. Certainly if the girl forgot to select a reward, troops have the ability to select a reward. There's tons of different sales reports for you at the troop level as well, and then different banking options, which we'll talk about a little bit later on for the troops. So lots of different tools available there. Of course, there's also a patch earning opportunity as well for the adult volunteers. There's adult versions of the avatar with the 2 different backgrounds they can choose between. The ways that the troops earn this is once their troop reaches $1,500 in total sales by the end of the program, and that they send that parent adult email campaign, those emails that we mentioned earlier that they should review, make sure all the girls are there, and then queue them up. They need to send that as well as reach the $1,500. And once they do that, whenever they reach the $1,500, it'll automatically get this printed and sent off to them. And so it's definitely something that the troops can earn pretty early on with the program, and we get that sent off to the patch company and they get that created. All right, now we're going to shift over to you, the super users at the service unit level, and kind of talk through some of the tools that are available to you. You'll get access to the software around the time that the troops do, probably think just a little bit before. You'll have the ability to do messaging within the software, so you can message 1 or more of your troops. You can message maybe troops that have just logged in, or message those that haven't logged in yet. So there's different pull downs and different ways in which you can reach out to your troops through the software. You also have the ability to manage those nut order cards. So once the girls are locked out, troops are locked out, you can make edits to those orders. In addition, you can see sales reports in there. You have tons of sales reports. And then you have different banking and payment options that you can see. Really, where the troops can only see their information, you can see the details for all the troops within your service unit as well. Of course, not so that you don't feel left out. You actually as well get an avatar patch. And this is a thank you for your service in this role. It's just a small token of our appreciation for all the effort that you put in to help supporting the troops and the girls. Once your service unit reaches $1 in sales, and again, this is just a system thing, it just needs to generate in order to get that printed by the patch company and sent off to you, you'll receive this. So what we encourage you to do is, as soon as you get access to the software, build your avatar, enter in your best mailing address, and then pretty much on the first day of the program, once $1 in sales is reached, we'll get that sent off to the patch company, and we'll get that created and mailed off to you. So again, it's a thank you for all that you do for Girl Scouting. Important dates, the program itself begins September 23rd, and these dates are all available within your guides and information, but we just kind of want to give you an overview. It goes from September 23rd to October 17th. When it's the last day for girls to enter in with a parent or guardian those paper orders. We like to say that if a troop's not ready on September 23rd, no problem. Maybe they're ready on October 1st. That's great. They still have almost 3 weeks to participate. Get started October 1st. Whenever it makes sense for that troop to participate and get started, they should do that. But certainly the overall program runs between September 23rd and October 17th. Troops have a couple days there till the 19th to enter stuff in. They have until the 22nd. To really encourage to make sure all the money's deposited, because the sweep's going to happen on October 28th, and we want to make sure those funds are in the accounts. And then service unit deliveries happen from November 3rd through the 6th. So now we're going to talk about deliveries. I'm going to turn it over to Sherry in just a moment. We're going to talk about some of the details of those nut deliveries that occur between November 3rd and the 6th.
Thanks, Aaron. So first of all, we need service units to complete your service unit delivery station request form. Excuse me. And this link is also found on our website. And all I'm asking for is a location, contact info for who'll be there that day, and also dates, somewhere between the 3rd and the 6th for when you would like to take delivery. You also need to select what type of a delivery location you would like, whether it be a drive-through delivery or whether it be a delivery station. And the difference is the delivery station is usually where the delivery is made to a location. You count it, the delivery people leave, and then you count for each troop and distribute. And a drive-through is different, where cars drive past trailers, and the product is loaded by your volunteers into the troop vehicles right there and then. That is typically during fall product, especially for 3 or more service units working together, because the numbers are so small that it makes more sense to use our resources wisely and try and group service units together. So once you fill out your form with your preferences for what you would like, I submit it to the delivery agent, and then we schedule you. Hopefully between around October 27th and the 31st, we'll have a schedule to you, and it will give you a date, time, and also I want you to double check your location information to make sure we have the correct location. Once we have a final schedule, it's time for you to set your volunteers in place. And actually, I wouldn't wait that long before trying to recruit some of your volunteers. You won't know the specifics for delivery until after we have the final schedule, but you might know what date that you might deliver. So please don't wait to get your volunteers in place. And then the step 3 is listed here is to communicate your delivery date and pickup and location with your troops. Best way to do that, I think, is through the M2 system. You can just send them an email. And then you'll distribute all the product items to those troops at your delivery, making sure that you count, they count, we all count to make sure that the numbers are correct. Erin will show you there's some really cool reports that you can print out of M2, and it actually lists each troop's order by troop on a receipt that you can actually get signatures on. There's also one at the girl level, and he'll show you that as well, which helps the troops distribute to the girls. It makes it really easy for those of us that have to do the counting. The one thing I will caution is if you're doing a delivery station, it's your responsibility to count with the delivery agent and then count again if you're not sure that you have the right count, because once they leave, you're responsible for whatever product is there, and we cannot correct delivery miscounts. So there's a very limited amount of product available here at the council as well. So we need everybody to be very careful with their counts at delivery. We'll answer questions about delivery as we get to the end of the presentation as well.
Great. Thanks, Sherry. So one of the tools that's available within the software is delivery tickets, and that's where you'll be able to see the total counts by service unit and troop. These don't become available until after the council has submitted the nut order to Ashton Farms, because we want to make sure that the information is the latest, greatest. And so once that order is submitted to Ashton Farms, the delivery tickets will be available. What you'll be able to do is run this delivery ticket by your service unit. So you'll be able to see all the cases and product counts that you'll be receiving for your delivery. In addition, you can run these for your troops as well. And so that's a great tool to utilize to run this by troops, so that once you receive the product from your delivery agent, you'll be able to split this out by troop, and using these delivery tickets, be able to prepare in advance the counts for each of your troops and utilize that as a great resource. One of the other things that you can include on each of these as well is financial information in terms of total sales, troop proceeds, and then the balance due to council, which will have already been paid, but it'll kind of show you some of the details on that as well. So that's a tool that you can utilize there if you choose to, just simply by toggling that on before printing the delivery tickets. And again, you can print this for one or more of your troops. In addition, one of the great reports that we always encourage troops to utilize is off to the right-hand side here. When the troop selects reports, and you can utilize the same thing as well. You'll see off in the far right-hand corner, one of the tabs is called Summary Report. This is a great report by troop that gives kind of total sales by channel, shows the troop proceeds, amount due council. There's some stats on girls selling, avatars created, all that kind of stuff. This is a great one-page summary of kind of the troop season. And so this is a great report we always like to encourage troops to take a look at. In addition, you can utilize the software to keep track of girl payments. Now, any of the online sales are automatically collected online. So there's nothing that troops are going to collect finances for there. It's only for the order card sales. They're going to collect those funds and they're going to receipt them. And then what they can do is they can add a girl payment into the software. And so it'll zero out the amount due. So let's say you've got 10 girls in the troop, and as you receive payments, you enter in those payment information into the software, and it'll zero out the amount due. So that's another way that troop can utilize this software to kind of manage things. Certainly there's a variety of different types of troops. Some will utilize this, some will not. But we wanted to make sure that you are aware of that specific tool. Then it comes to the point after nut delivery where girl rewards will arrive. And so similar to the product delivery, you can run delivery tickets by your service unit as well as by troop. And so this is a great tool to utilize there as well. Just makes it a lot easier for verification. If you run this ahead of your service unit delivery of the product, or excuse me, the rewards, you can check that. And then when you get ready to distribute or have the troops pick that up, you can run this by troop as well and sort it in that way. And so this is just another tool that's available to you to be able to utilize that. So one of the things we have is a lot of FAQs. Each year, there's a lot of things that come into customer care, and we kind of summarize kind of some of the top 5 questions that come out each season. Now, of course, when we talk a little bit later on about customer care and all that, we actually have this FAQ on our website, but I wanted to kind of highlight some of these key things that you're going to get asked that we wanted to make sure you were aware of. Number one was, how do I reset my password? So one of the best inventions is what's called the forgot password icon, because I never remember my password. And so it's a beautiful thing that you can always reset it or find it. Basically, that same spot where you're either accessing the site off the order card, maybe through that troop invitation, maybe off that M2 flyer, maybe off the council website, where you log into M2OS, there's a forgot password link there. You just click that, it'll reset your password. You'll be good to go. When can a supporter expect a direct ship nut order placed online? So customers place those orders online and pay for shipping. What happens is, as soon as they pay for that shipped product, they get a confirmation email that their order has been placed. Then they'll receive a second email once that product is actually shipped, and they'll receive tracking information as well. So anybody that's placed a shipped order will get confirmation once they place the order, and then once it's shipped, they'll get tracking information. And so that's something that'll be available to them. When will a girl receive her personalized patch? Well, of course, as long as she qualifies for it, that'll trigger her to receive her patch and send it to the patch company. On average, about 8 to 10 weeks after she earns that. So that's kind of a benchmark there. And certainly if that Girl Scout wants to get an update, she can actually log into her Girl dashboard, and that information is visible on the top of her Girl dashboard. It will give an estimated date of when she'll be receiving her patch. So that's available there. What if a girl didn't find her name as she logs into the platform? Well, we talked about that early on. Maybe her registration information hasn't gotten into software yet. No problem. She can still queue everything up, build her avatar. That'll get sent off to council behind the scenes. They'll verify her registration, and she'll get a confirmation email that she's been confirmed registration and that her emails have been released. And so she'll get confirmation of that. And then last but not least, when can I expect my online Girl Delivery items? Well, we know the program starts towards the latter half of September. Friends and family are going to purchase online Girl Delivered items online, expecting Girl Delivery. Those items are going to be available to the service units, between November 3rd and 6th. And so those will be distributed out to the troops and girls soon after. So best response on that is the first part of November is when they'll start to receive their online Girl Delivered items once those products are available to those troops and girls. All right, with that said, I'm going to turn it over to the team, and they're going to walk through these next additional slides.
Yes, thanks, Aaron. So just a few more things to cover before we conclude today's session. This slide is particular for those new fall product managers. And of course, those who are seasoned may pick up a tip or two as well. First, thank you for accepting your new role as a service unit fall product manager. You're going to be great. Now, what will help you in your success is to ensure that you review the fall product materials. Hopefully you've received those for your service unit. If not, please feel free to reach out to the product program team, and then we can assist you. In addition, make sure you review your service unit fall product goal. Not only do you want to review that goal, but think about a strategy that your troops can help the service unit meet or exceed that goal for this year. You can come up with some fun and creative ways, but of course, we're here to help you too. Be sure to plan a meeting for the leaders and the troop fall product managers. Make it fun, make it exciting. Take some of the tips that you've learned today to educate those within your service unit. We also have additional materials located on our council website at gsfallproduct.com. Be sure to check that dashboard in M2. That's one of the things I personally love about M2 is that everything is at your fingertips. When you log on to the M2 system, you can see the dashboard for your service unit. You can see how well troops are doing along the way, or basically throughout the fall product program. And be sure to share those updates with the troop leaders by using that really cool message feature within M2. As Sherry mentioned, you'll want to recruit some helpers for delivery. Some suggestions? Look to high schools. Many high school students are looking for a few service hours. In addition, look at additional organizations like sororities and fraternities, for example. Everyone is always willing to lend a helping hand, honestly, if you just ask. And most importantly, communicate, encourage, and we can't stop saying it, is to have fun along the way. Let's talk about some other things or next steps as to what to do. Remind troops to log into the M2 system, watch that really cool video. It's quick, it's simple, and what I love about M2 is that their just-in-time videos are quick and educational. Erin shared the importance of creating your avatar. It's like we love creating our avatar just as much as the girls do. And of course, we all want to earn that patch, right? And definitely encourage your troop leaders to send that parent guardian campaign email that Erin mentioned to the participants. Did you know, by the way, that in sending that parent guardian email blast to the girls in the troop by September 23rd, troops will earn $10 in troop proceeds. Make sure that girls set up their own campaign in the M2 system. That's one of the things that leaders don't have to do. And by the way, girls have fun in the setup process. Definitely emphasize the simplicity of the fall product program to the troops within your service unit. It is super easy to navigate through the system and just participate in the campaign. Plus, it's a great way for new troops, especially, to earn some kickoff funds to help support all of those great activities that they have planned for the Girl Scout season. Make sure that money is collected, especially for those order cards. Sherry mentioned that earlier today. Troop leaders will want to communicate with parents their plan of action to collect funds from orders that are placed on the order card. And if by chance you are not hosting a troop training for your service unit, or maybe you know some troop leaders who would love some additional support, we will host a council-led troop fall product manager training on Wednesday, September 7th at 6:30 p.m. Hopefully you've seen this information in your Leader 411, but if not, again, go to gsfallproduct.com and have troops sign up. Please keep in mind that there is limited capacity, but as always, we record our training sessions. And again, have fun and celebrate your success. You need resources? We have them. There's the Troop Fall Product Manager Guide, the Service Unit Fall Product Manager Guide. We can't keep stressing enough. Our council website, gsfallproduct.com. Those videos, they're short, simple, and most importantly, awesome. We have an activity guide. Maybe troops can utilize some of the activities in the guide to help their girls have fun and even learn about the fall product mascot as well. As we get closer to the order submission date, we will host 2 open mic nights. This is a great opportunity for troops and service unit folks to call in and get the support they need as they are entering in their fall product orders. More information to come about that. And of course, there are those girl materials as well. If you've received your fall product materials, please take a moment to take a look at them. And again, we have them on our website as well. If you find that you need additional materials, please reach out to the product program team. In addition to the paper resources, the website resources, we've got people to help support you. We have regional volunteers who are volunteers like yourself. They will be reaching out to you soon just to say hi and to remind you that they are there to support you. Ask them any question that you have. We have a team of 9, Allie, Bev, Brenda, Debbie, Karen, Marcia, Narda, Selena, and Denise. Be on the lookout for an email or phone call from your regional volunteer. And of course, there's the product program team. Yep, we're here for you. Myself, Angela, Carl, Susan, CJ, Sherry, and Val. You can reach us by email at productprogram@girlscoutsgcnwi.org, or just give us a call, 855-456-8347, extension 6722. And don't forget to follow us on our product program Facebook page as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela. So, of course, one of the things that we want to let you know is in addition to amazing team there, staff and volunteers, we also have a customer care team at M2. They're cross-trained. They're able to handle any tech support questions, any volunteer customer inquiries. So whether you have a question about the software, maybe a troop does, maybe a Girl Scout or family or customer has a question about a magazine order or a nut order, know that we've got a team that's accessible and ready to come alongside and help out. So best spot to kind of start is at support.gsnutsandmags.com. There's lots of FAQs there, a lot of answers to questions that are frequently asked. However, if the answer that they're looking for isn't there, they can submit a request. It gets sent right to our customer care team, and they'll get back to them same day or soon after that next day. So definitely that's one way to access it. But certainly if you want to give a call, you can do that at a 800 number. We've got a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. We want to make sure that everything's taken care of. We always encourage that if you hear from a family or a troop that maybe has a question about a nut order or a magazine order, we always encourage you to provide this information to them and ask them to give a call or reach out to the website. And then if they encounter any problems, to reach back out to you. Because what we find is that if you call or you go to the website, questions like, what's the address of where this product was to be shipped? You may not necessarily know that information. And so you might kind of get stuck in between. So we always encourage you just to provide this information and then just to have them let you know if they encounter any problems. What I can tell you is they're a great team, ready to be there and support you as part of the program. So with that said, thank you for all that you do. We're looking forward to a successful 2022 program, and I'll turn it back over to the team.
Thanks, Aaron, so much. And thanks for sharing all that great information with us today about the 2022 Fall Product Program. We hope that you are just as excited as we are. But I bet you didn't know, because Product Program Team is all about fun. And of course, we're all about giveaways too. I'm going to turn it over to my teammate, Sherry, who's going to announce we selected 5 random people to receive a giveaway. So Sherry, do you have that information?
I do, Angela, and thanks for giving me the fun job. I love doing this. So we have 5 people selected at random from those who are on the call today. And I'm going to read your names off one at a time. Tina Melendez, Jackie Herrera, Levita Anderson, Sylvia LaFalce, and Jacqueline Kruger. Congratulations, everybody.
Woohoo! Thanks, Sherry, and congratulations to our winners. Please be on the lookout for your special gift. At this point, we would like to again thank you for supporting our Fall Product Program, and we wish you and your troops much success this season. Right now, we're going to take a moment to open it up to any questions. But of course, you're always welcome to drop off the call if you don't have any questions for today. We'll take questions if you select the raise my hand option in the Zoom presentation. And team, be on the lookout for any questions that we have there. I'm going to start with Mary Heinley. Mary, I'm asking you to unmute yourself so you can ask your question, please.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys received my email, but I'm going to do my training on September 6th. And is there any slide presentation that you guys may have that I could either borrow or download or something? And are you guys doing any like what are those samples like you guys did in the past this year?
Those are great questions, Mary. So yes, everyone will receive a link to a troop deck. So just like this presentation, give us about a day to send a link out to you so that you can tweak it, utilize it during your program session or your training session. With regards to samples, at this time, we don't have any. However, if it happens to come up, we'll be sure to definitely communicate and share that information with the service units on this call.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Mary. Laura, go ahead with your question.
Good morning.
Good
Thanks for taking
morning.
my question. I have a question regarding the personalized products. Knowing that sometimes supply chain issues can happen, I'm wondering if there's like an anticipated estimated turnaround time for personalized products and what the shipping rates might be.
Gotcha. No, great questions. So the cool thing is actually the company we work with is local to Illinois, so close by. They're very aware of inventory, especially as it relates to paper products. So basically, they'll have their product within 2 weeks or sooner. Like, it's really fast in terms of their production. Once we receive those orders, they basically get created within a couple days and get shipped out. And of course, if somebody's ordering something close in Illinois, it's going to get there super fast, but certainly it'll go FedEx ground and it'll be received within a few days. So we basically say within 2 weeks is when the products will be received. In terms of shipping, it's basically one where you're built in. It's better to buy more than one personalized product because the base rate on it is about $15 for the first item, and then it's $1 for each additional item. So if you purchase 2, it's $16. 3 at 17, and so it definitely averages out a lot better with more products. It's unfortunately one of those things where FedEx home delivery has skyrocketed this year. It's just the reality. We've all been spoiled by Amazon, and but that's the cost on it. Thankfully, the prices on the products are very competitive with what's out there, but yes, the shipping is just the shipping cost.
Excellent. Thanks, Aaron.
You're welcome.
Lavita, you have a question?
I do. I really have two. The first one is about the shipping of stuff. Is everything coming by FedEx or will some stuff come by UPS?
And Lavita, I just want to make sure, are you speaking of fall product materials or fall product items like the candy nuts?
Well, I know the
those types of
candy and
things?
nuts and stuff will come by you all's person who you're gonna have to do the delivery. But what I'm talking about, the previous question where she asked about paper, like the online gifts that people want to order, are those coming by FedEx or UPS?
The personalized products are by FedEx, as well as the nut items that are shipped direct from the warehouse are via FedEx as well.
Okay, I just need to know that. All right, and the second question I have is regarding troops that do all online sales. They will receive a check for their troop bonus, correct?
That's correct, Lavita. Once we get to the end of the program, if they have a credit balance is what we call it, then they will be getting a check a few weeks after the program ends.
Okay, and then those who do card only, in other words, putting money in the bank, you're only going to pull what is due to you. The balance will be their troop bonus.
That is correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks, Lavita. All right, Ruth Ann.
Okay, to bounce off of Mary's thing, when you send that out, the slides out, could I get a PowerPoint version? Because every time you guys send that out, I have to re-download it into the PowerPoint, and it just takes time for me.
Yeah, most definitely. So the files, because it is a PowerPoint document, it is kind of large. So when you receive the link to it, just click the download button. It will be in the PowerPoint format.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent. Thanks, Ruth Ann.
Mm-hmm.
Anna.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have two questions. One, the permission slip that each girl will get to sell.
Anna, can you repeat your question for us? It's like your sound isn't clear for us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
The permission to sell form that each girl gets. Do they need to fill that out every year or is once enough?
Okay, and I'm going to repeat your question. And so please let me know if that's not your question. So you were asking about the permission slip and if the Girl Scout has to fill that out each year?
Yes.
Yes, we ask that girls fill it out each year, almost like the ACH form, right? Because we want to make sure like nothing's changed. And even though you have the same girl in your troop, like year after year, excuse me, it's just a great way to kind of like manage your paperwork for your troop.
Okay. And my second question, I know Erin said that you can turn off during delivery from the email, but if someone doesn't and they get a girl delivery order that they can't fulfill, what do they do?
So the question is that if a Girl Scout receives an order, and Erin, you may be able to help with this too, but if a Girl Scout receives an order, it's earmarked for girl delivery, and the Girl Scout is not able to fulfill that order, meaning deliver that order, what should she do? So,
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Yeah, so there's a few different approaches there. One would be, I'm assuming that it's because maybe the person's out of area, like hopefully it's somebody that they know because they've sent out the invitation. So maybe they just need to find out a way to contact them. I guess if they're out of the area, that would be something where that Girl Scout, you do have the option to not include girl delivered in the emails. So if somebody did purchase out of the area, basically working with that person to figure out the best way to get them the product. It happens seldom. Certainly, it may be something where they may just find someone else locally to purchase it potentially. But yeah, I guess it's just a matter of kind of working it out between them, because it does have the email address for sure of the person that purchased. And then typically has the phone number too. So it should have those details.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, so then would the girl be able to like decline the order like they do for during cookie season?
So there's not a decline option. It's basically you offer it to friends and family that you want to give that option. So it's a choice up front that Girl Scout family decides, okay, who do we want to give the option to the girl delivered? Who's in the area that we're willing to deliver to? Because we wanted to kind of simplify it on the back end in terms of not having to approve them as much as just figuring out up front who you want to offer that option to.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Erin. All right, we will take these last two questions and then we'll wrap it up for today. Antoinette.
Hello.
Hello.
So I want to make sure I have my dates correct. I believe that you stated that on September 16th, the troops would have access to the M2 program. Is that the same date I'll get access to it?
I'm sorry, I had to unmute. You did.
Yeah.
It is the same date that everybody gains access to the system.
Awesome. Thanks, Sherry. Okay. All right. And our last question for today will be from Jody.
Hi, I have a couple of questions. For the opt-in for girl delivery for the email, is that also available for texting? Erin had mentioned the text option. Is that also for the girl delivery, or is that only for the shipping option?
It is only for, so the texting would be, it offers both options via that channel. So because with the texting, you're just basically sending a link to that parent or guardian's phone, and then they're choosing who off their device they want to send to. So yes, so texting, it offers both options, but the emails you can customize whether you want to offer girl delivered or not.
Okay. And then on the reports, at the end, it showed the troop delivery ticket. Is there a girl delivery ticket report option as well?
There is, yeah. You can run it by girl for product as well as rewards. Those are available at the troop level. Okay.
And then my last question, are the packages can be for the nuts and candy, those can be delivered anywhere, as long as there's a regular address, right? Like, so like a college dorm, as long as it has the student dorm and room number, that would be good to go.
Yep. As long as we really avoid PO boxes, but as long as there's an actual physical address, yes.
Okay, perfect. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm sorry. All right, so this will actually be our last question for today. Ms. Jaycox?
Hi, yes, I have questions. My service unit is fairly large. How do I make sure that all the troops get invited get that email on the 16th to then reach out to parents and stuff?
So we will be doing imports into the M2 system beginning next week of anybody who is registered FY22 and registered now for FY23. So when you gain access on the 16th, you can also see troop leaders and their girls and how many girls they have. At that point, we will still be doing imports in another time or two until we get into the program to make sure we get everybody in. But if a girl does get orders, what happens is she will kind of fall into the holding tank. And Erin, you can kind of help with this a little bit if I'm not explaining it correctly. But her order goes into a holding tank, and then we figure out where to place her, and then we move her order into the troop where it belongs. So even if she's not appearing in the system at that point, she can still get orders, and she can still go into the system and add herself in and still get orders.
Okay, so I need to tell my troops that they need to be registered by the start of the sale in order for them to make sure that they're getting the emails to then to send out to the girls so the girls can make their sites.
Absolutely. It is important that they do re-register for this year just to make sure that we get everybody and don't miss somebody who for whatever reason maybe wasn't registered last year and then is back with the troop this year. So it's just important to make sure everybody does go ahead and register anyway.
Okay, so if a troop is registered by September 23rd, they will get email for the girls to set up their sites and go forward with selling.
Yes, they will. They won't get it on the 16th, depending on when they register. So in other words, if I'm understanding you correctly, they have until the 23rd to register is what you're asking. And they sort of do, but they will miss, if they do that, they will miss the opportunity to trigger an email to their girls and elect $10 additional proceeds for their troop. So that's why it's important that we get the leaders and the troops in prior to the 23rd. That is the date those auto emails go out, but the leader has to trigger them before the 23rd for them to go out. Erin, do I have that process correct? Is that kind of, yep, okay.
Okay, so if troops want that extra $10, they need to be registered by the 16th.
I would say to make sure they're in there and they have the opportunity to go and trigger. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. And if they do, and say a girl or say a troop registers like the 20th, they'll still have, how will they get the emails to send out to the girls?
So we are still going to keep importing girls and troops in even after the start date of the 23rd. So, the earlier they can get registered, the leaders at least, and get themselves in there and get their girls in there, the better chance that they're going to be able to send those emails out to trigger those emails to their girl. If they wait too long, there is a possibility they may not get in the system prior to being able to trigger those emails.
Okay. All right, so, okay, that was my question, because I've got a bunch of Daisy leaders who are I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm trying to make sure that I have a simplified answer to give them about when they need to be up and ready and when they'll be able to get the emails and stuff.
Yep, sooner the better. That's the phrase I would use. Sooner the better.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep, you bet.
Well,
Can I just take a second and add, remember the membership system does not talk to the M2 system unless we tell it to.
Right.
So if somebody registers on the 21st, they're not going to get that email that went out on the 16th, and we're not going to know about it unless someone tells us about it to get them in there. So like Sherry said, the earlier they get registered, the better, so that they can get that email that goes out to all the volunteers on the 16th.
Okay, and if I do have troops or something that register the 20th and M2 doesn't know, how do I contact council and then council lets them know? How do we get them looped into the system?
They will get imported in. I will continue to do imports of leaders, troops, and girls past the date the program begins to make sure we get everybody. But at
Okay.
some point that stops. So if we get halfway through the program and they're still not, they're brand new and they're not showing up, then we can get them added in.
Okay, so they need to let me know or let council know that, hey, we've registered our troop, please make sure we've been looped in.
And only as we get into the middle of the program when we stop doing imports.
Okay, so like end of September.
No, we do imports into the early October. That would be the last one, I think. And I don't know, Aaron, you might be able to help me with this one if there is a last possible date for us to be able to do imports.
There's not. So it's really just a question of what date you want to set to kind of end those. And then if you want to have them notify you after a certain point.
Yeah, I would say, we'll do one the first week of October to make sure we catch everybody, because that October 1st is our formal start of FY23. And I want to make sure that we get everybody that's registering. So we'll probably do one the following week, which would be like the 4th, 5th, or 6th. And then after that, they'll have to contact us.
Okay, because I know I do have a lot of, like I said, I have a lot of like Daisy troops and stuff starting up, and they're all kind of looking sort of very hesitantly, like, do we have girls? Who's going to register? Because those kindergartners, first graders are all a little on the wishy-washy side about making those commitments till the last minute.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So thanks, everyone. You had some awesome questions. And as I said, we'll share a copy of today's session with you. Just give us about a day or so, and we'll also include copies of the deck at the service unit level, as well as at the troop level. Again, on behalf of the product program team, M2, and our council, as well as Ashton Farms too, let's not forget about them. We thank you for all that you do, and have a great Girl Scout year. Take care.